Welcome back, everybody. It's I and I's wife here to do the Q&A for 5K. Why is your Roblox avatar Michael Jackson?
I honestly have no idea. So the original question was, why is your Roblox avatar a girl? And then numerous people corrected him and said, it's Michael Jackson. I honestly have no idea why you made your avatar Michael Jackson.
I opened it up and I wanted to get started, and there was the face, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to put this on it. I'm going to put that on it. I'm like, it kind of looks like Michael Jackson. So I'm like, well, I'll put the lipstick on him. And bam, I'm like, that is Michael Jackson, and I stuck with it.
And he wanted to be able to sing.
Bruh.
How did you meet your wife? Asks Evil.
Okay, funny story. So he had been living somewhere else and had just moved back to the city that we met in. And a friend of mine was pretty interested in him.
In the city of Nunya.
So
Nunya business.
We were out one night and she suggested that we go stop by his house and chat with him.
She liked me, don't?
She did like him. And so we knocked on his door and we waited a while. And then we were just walking away. Actually, he was living at his parents' house.
Bruh.
We won't even say how old he was.
Bruh.
So we stopped by, and we were just getting ready to leave because we knocked and knocked and knocked, and nobody answered. And then just as we were walking down the steps to leave, he comes stumbling to the door in cut-off sweatpants that he had cut into short shorts.
Yeah.
And a ripped up, faded t-shirt, and stumbled to the door and said, hello?
Showing the muscles, baby.
I was like, hello? And it was like 7:30 at night. And I thought, this guy's kind of cute. So we chatted for a little while. And then the rest is history. Back in the day when you had to exchange numbers on a piece of paper. So can I call you sometime? Can I get your phone number? So then he called me.
Yeah.
A few days later, we went out on our first date. I've always been a really big spender.
Bruh.
He took me mini golfing and McDonald's.
Bruh.
Hey.
Because his rule was you could not take a girl to dinner on the first date, because if it's not a good first date, there's no out. This was back before cell phones, when you could just like text your friend discreetly and be like, hey, like text me or call me and tell me there's an emergency. Like, you're stuck, you're in. So his rule was no dinner, because if the date's going bad, there's no out.
Yeah, it's life experiences. So. My mom set me up with a girl that was really nice. And I went on a date with her to watch a movie, and I'd never heard of the movie before. It was the movie Ghost, and I had no idea what it was about. Well, of course, it's this romantic, we're gonna mold clay, touching each other and everything else under the sun. And then we get back to her place, and I'm like, hey, here's your house. She gets out, and I'm like,
later I found all that out. I didn't know all that at the time, but later I found out that's why we went to mini golf, and then he decided mini golf was a good enough activity. He was having enough fun that he'd really spring for the real big bucks and take me to McDonald's for some fries.
Bruh.
Hey.
And I said yes to a second date. What is wrong with me?
But
that should have been my first clue.
Do you fart a lot? A wild shadowfish.
So a few people asked this, and also asked, do you fart in public? And do you fart loudly? Along with, do you fart? So the answer would be a very resounding absolutely yes.
Bruh.
Mm-hmm.
He farts a lot. He farts in public, and he farts loudly. And then he tries to blame it on other people.
Yes. That's the best part. You gotta know, if you're gonna fart in public, this is very important. If you're gonna fart in public, you gotta know how to throw the fart.
That's true. So we were at Disneyland, and we were standing in line, and he farted so loud, and the lady in front of us turned around and yelled at her daughter and said, oh, Brianna!
Got it!
Stop it, Brianna!
Stop it!
We weren't in line though, we were walking.
Oh, we were laughing.
Yeah,
so
I threw that one.
He did. Blamed it on the poor little girl in front of us.
Oh my God, Brianna!
Got in trouble.
Brianna! Nasty, Brianna! Well done, Wild Shadowfish. Toughest challenge in life by Gyro Steel. I think it was probably when I had H1N1, the flu, and had a 3-day coma, and I thought I was gonna die. I didn't think I was coming out of it. And it was 10 days in the hospital? Lost like 40 pounds. Had the ventilator and all that stuff. That was 2008. But you know, when you have the Olympic genes,
you just recover.
They don't even need to touch you. Next thing you know, you're hurdling and running 100-meter dashes in no time flat.
For real.
It's insane. Most triggering things.
I think I know that. I don't know. I think one thing that probably, like, I don't know if it's a trigger, but it's definitely a peeve, is when people don't follow through with what they say they're going to do.
That's a trigger.
Yeah. If you say you're going to do something,
Mista,
you better do it.
A trigger telling me that I can't do something?
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't like to be told he can't do something.
I'm very, very weird about that. I get most of my inspiration from people that tell me I can't get something done. So the more negative people are, the more people that tell me I can't do something, the more that I want to prove them wrong, and then I do. Are you a nerd? Says Blushy Man.
I is a very big nerd.
See, big.
Very big.
You catch the word big?
Huge.
Huge.
I is a very big nerd.
Can you vlog going to McDonald's? Asks Blushy Man. I can't do it solo because I can't do it while I'm driving.
So
I could lose my job and everything else.
Maybe one of these days we'll take my car and I'll record. Another funny story about the McDonald's.
I'll drive and she can record everything.
So,
and we'll vlog one. We'll do it for you.
Yeah, so one time we went to McDonald's and the lady was...
Just one time.
She had a very odd voice. And so we get to the drive-in.
Yeah.
She says, "Can I take your order?" And I don't even remember how she said it. But I was in one of his
take your order?
silly moods. And so he was...
take your order?
So that's pretty much how he responded with what our order was.
Yes, I'd like 3 large Diet Cokes.
And then the lady just didn't respond. And he's like, hello. And like nothing. So then we get up to the finally I'm just like, okay, just pull
Just
forward.
drive forward.
Just drive.
She's got your order.
So we get up to the window to pay and the lady's like, I don't have an order for you. I was like, well, we ordered. So the lady just like totally turned off the speaker and was like, yeah, I'm not taking this guy's order. So then we just had to order at the pay window and we were all laughing so hard we couldn't even like keep it together by the time we got up to the window where the order taker was actually handing us our order.
They're gonna think I'm the biggest troll ever.
But I just go to McDonald's every day. And a very sweet little story is he brings me a Diet Coke to my work just about every day. He goes and gets himself a Diet Coke and he orders me one. And then he pulls up in the parking lot of my work and texts me and says, your Diet Coke is here.
In a school parking lot.
Yeah.
Is the glass half full or half empty? Evil.
I is very much a glass half empty kind of person. But I am very much a glass half full kind of person. So when you put them together, we have half a glass.
Bruh.
A whole glass.
We have a whole glass. I guess that's what works. We complement each other well. Yeah. I is very like doom and gloom, always assumes the worst. I'm very much like always assume the good and the best in people. He's half empty. I'm half full.
I have very little trust.
Very little trust.
I've been burned a lot in the past. I think it's necessary to not trust people these days, unfortunately.
Don't listen.
She'll talk to a complete stranger in a line. I'll
friends.
talk to them if they talk to me first, but I'm not talking first.
But people talk to me. Like
They can see a sucker when they...
strangers talk to me.
They can
all
see
the
a
time.
sucker.
I'm the person that wherever I go, strangers talk to me. Sometimes I run because they're weird.
If you had to live the rest of your life trapped in a movie, what would it be?